So, you're looking for a VPN, and chances are you've come across two of the biggest names in the industry, NordVPN versus ExpressVPN. Both have been around for years, have millions of users, and claim to be the best in privacy, security, and performance. But which one is actually the best? And more importantly, which one is worth your money? That's exactly what we're going to be figuring out today. I'm going to break down the pros and cons of both providers so you can make the best choice. And the results might surprise you. And as always, you can find the best VPN coupon codes in the description. But first, let's talk about who owns these VPNs, because I think we can now all agree that the company behind a VPN matters a lot when it comes to security and trust. Let's start with NordVPN, which is owned by Nord Security, one of the most respected cybersecurity companies in the industry. They're not just some random VPN provider from God knows what country. They actually specialize in a bunch of cybersecurity products, including NordPass, Password Manager, NordLocker for encrypted cloud storage, and NordLayer as a business security solution. This is a company that doesn't let their security go south. NordVPN was launched in 2012, and in 2022, Nord Security merged with Surfshark, of all things, is another well-known VPN provider. But don't worry, even though they merged, they still seem to operate separately. They have different infrastructure, separate apps, and unique features, and in my humble opinion, the merger helped both companies expand and improve their services while staying independent. And if that's already enough for you to make a pick, I leave discount links for both VPNs in the description below. Now, let's talk about ExpressVPN. It was founded in 2009, making it older than NordVPN, but here's where things get a little controversial. In 2021, ExpressVPN was acquired by Cape Technologies. That's a company that doesn't have the best reputation, to say the least. Why is that? Well, Cape Technologies used to be called Crossrider, and it was known for creating adware, the kind of software that bombards you with annoying ads and tracks your browsing. Not great. After facing a lot of criticism, Crossrider rebranded as Cape Technologies in 2018, and since then, they've been on a VPN shopping spree, buying up multiple VPN providers, including ExpressVPN. But wait, there's more. Cape's previous owner, Teddy Sagi, is an Israeli billionaire who was jailed for insider trading and made much of his fortune in the online gambling industry. On top of that, there's been reports of Cape working with the UAE government on cyber surveillance projects, raising serious concerns about privacy. So, yikes, to say the least. To be fair, ExpressVPN, as a tool itself, still has a strong reputation and millions of happy users. But it's just hard to ignore these concerns when talking about privacy and trust. Even some ExpressVPN employees reportedly weren't happy about the Cape acquisition. Now, while we can't judge the sons for the crimes of their fathers, stay informed and aware of what companies you're giving your data and money to. So with that in mind, let's take a deeper look at the security and privacy features of both VPNs, because at the end of the day, a VPN is only as good as the protection it offers. Now, being among the best VPN 2025 contenders, they actually share a lot of the same core security features. First, RAM-only servers means no user data is stored on any hard drive and everything is wiped whenever the servers restart. ExpressVPN was actually the first VPN to implement this, and NordVPN followed suit. Now, next, both have strict no logs policies, meaning they don't track or store your browsing activity, and these policies have been audited multiple times. So these providers undergo security audits from third-party firms to verify these no logs claims. ExpressVPN has had 19 audits, which is pretty impressive. I think they might be compensating for that Cape nonsense. Now, while Nord has undergone multiple audits as well, just not 19, Jesus. Now, overall, just make sure that your VPN has audits. They are pretty essential for proving that a VPN actually practices what they preach. Now, where the company is located also matters, right? NordVPN is based in Panama, while ExpressVPN is based in the British Virgin Islands. Both are outside the Five Eyes and 14 Eyes surveillance alliances, meaning they aren't legally required to store or share user data. And as you probably can guess, VPNs in other countries might have to comply with the law. So a must-have for security is a kill switch. So if your VPN connection drops, the kill switch cuts off your internet so your real IP address isn't exposed. Both tools work great in this regard, even after multiple tests done. They never failed me. I mean, I personally tested both VPNs and neither leaked my IP address, which is exactly what you want from a premium VPN tool. So lastly, both VPNs use AES 256 encryption. So in terms of security, both are excellent choices. In fact, they're so similar, it's just hard to pick a clear winner here. However, there are some key differences. So NordVPN goes beyond just a VPN. It offers threat protection, which doesn't just block ads. It also scans your downloads for malware and blocks malicious websites. And the best part, you don't even need to be connected to a VPN server for it to work. ExpressVPN, on the other hand, has something called Threat Manager. It blocks connections to known malicious websites, but it doesn't scan your files for malware like NordVPN's threat protection does. This makes NordVPN a more complete security package, but whatever malware scanning capabilities impact your VPN purchasing decisions is up to you. So the next part of this VPN comparison, a VPN is only useful if it's fast, right? Nobody wants to deal with buffering videos, slow downloads, or laggy gaming sessions. I mean, what are we in the 90s? No. All right, in all seriousness, both providers have custom VPN protocols designed for maximum speed. NordVPN has NordLynx, that's based on WireGuard. It's known for being lightweight and fast. ExpressVPN, on the other hand, has Lightway. That's a proprietary protocol designed to be efficient and stable. But of course, companies can say anything, right? So I ran a speed test on both VPNs and the results were pretty clear. NordVPN was faster. It delivered way higher speeds across multiple servers compared to ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN, still decent, but it doesn't mean that ExpressVPN is the second fastest VPN. Other tools like Surfshark VPN or Proton VPN can outperform Express in most cases. ExpressVPN is still fast enough for everyday use, including streaming, gaming, and torrenting, but you know what to pick for the absolute best performance. Don't forget, though, you can save a lot of money by simply using the discount links below or just scan the QR code on screen for NordVPN's deals. All right, next up, let's dive into some of the most important real-world use cases for Nord versus ExpressVPN: streaming, torrenting, and some extra features. Okay, you probably know that a lot of people use a VPN to access geo-restricted content, whether that's different Netflix libraries, BBC iPlayer, Hulu, or other streaming platforms. And giving these two a run for their money, NordVPN consistently unlocks most local libraries worldwide: US, UK, Canada, Japan, Germany, you name it. I did not experience any buffering issues in my tests, even when streaming in 4K. As more servers are being added every month, NordVPN is just going to get more convenient for streaming. ExpressVPN also unlocks the most popular streaming platforms and libraries. However, it did experience some buffering at higher quality, nothing crazy, but noticeable even if you weren't specifically testing for it. So I found that it also struggled with some specific libraries requiring multiple attempts to switch servers. So one big downside with ExpressVPN, they don't publicly share their server count. So they claim to have servers in 105 countries, which sounds great, but why hide the total number of servers? This just raises questions about potential server overcrowding, which can lead to slower speeds and performance drops. I mean, I can't think of any good reason not to show your server count. Big numbers are the main selling point for a lot of users. Unless the numbers are going down. Now, NordVPN, on the other hand, is very transparent about its 7,200 plus servers in 118 countries, giving you more choice country-wise and simply just more clarity. So for streaming, I have to give the edge to NordVPN. It was faster, more reliable, and worked without the extra hassle. All right, as for torrenting, well, you need fast speeds, P2P support, and strong security to keep your activity private. Both NordVPN and ExpressVPN offer solid support, but they have some key differences. NordVPN provides P2P optimized servers designed specifically for torrenting, ensuring smooth and efficient file sharing. It also imposes no bandwidth limit, allowing users to download without restrictions. But one downside is that it doesn't support port forwarding, which some advanced torrent users might prefer. All right. On the other hand, ExpressVPN allows torrenting on all its servers, meaning you don't need to switch to a specific P2P server. It also supports port forwarding. However, in terms of raw performance, ExpressVPN is not as fast as NordVPN, so large file downloads can take a little bit longer. Overall, both VPNs do work well for torrenting, but ExpressVPN offers more flexibility thanks to port forwarding. All right, now let's compare the value. What is more budget-friendly, ExpressVPN or NordVPN? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to overpay for a VPN, especially if you can get the same or better features for less. Now, NordVPN is the more budget-friendly option, especially for long-term plans. It offers more flexible subscription options and regular discounts and deals, making it one of the best premium choices for those looking to save money. On the other hand, ExpressVPN is one of the most expensive VPNs on the market. Like, I truly mean expensive, with fewer subscription options and no extra features to justify the higher price. Given that ExpressVPN is definitely not the fastest VPN available, its pricing is difficult to justify when NordVPN offers more features and better speeds and seemingly seems to respect you more. But does that mean that I think that NordVPN's features are justifying its pricing? Yes. Absolutely. NordVPN's Threat Protection and Threat Protection Pro work with all servers, and the Pro versions can even function when the VPN is turned off. They block ads, trackers, and scan your downloaded files for malware, providing a real cybersecurity solution. Meanwhile, ExpressVPN's Threat Manager can only block connections to malicious sites and only works when the VPN is on. It doesn't have any capabilities to actively scan for malware. So NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro is even certified by AV Comparatives and AV Test, two of the biggest independent cybersecurity testing firms, making it a much stronger security tool compared to ExpressVPN's basic ad blocking feature. Now, blocking ads is still good, but when you ask for more and then show up with an inferior product, well, you know what happens. Now, NordVPN also offers double VPN for extra privacy, obfuscated servers to bypass censorship, Onion over VPN for Tor users, MeshNet to create an encrypted private network between devices or LAN gaming, as I do, and even a dark web monitor that alerts you if your data appears in dark web leaks. So that's a lot, and NordVPN seems to want to cover all aspects of your digital life and privacy. In contrast, ExpressVPN only has stealth servers, which are automatically enabled when needed, but no additional specialty server options for privacy, streaming, or gaming. And lastly, NordVPN and ExpressVPN offer split tunneling, which allows users to choose which apps use the VPN connection and which don't, as well as dedicated IP options for those who need a static IP address. Now, both VPNs support major operating systems, including Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, Linux, and major browsers, but there are key differences in device connections. So NordVPN allows up to 10 simultaneous connections, while ExpressVPN allows only 8. So once more, asking for more and giving you less, not the best move. ExpressVPN, not the best. But ExpressVPN does have an advantage when it comes to router support. It does offer easy router setup and a device group feature, which lets you connect different devices to different VPN locations. So overall, NordVPN's apps are simply better designed with a modern, clean, and user-friendly interface, whereas ExpressVPN's app looks a bit outdated in comparison. This might be subjective since different users like different user interface approaches, but personally, I just like working with NordVPN. It feels like it's being worked on constantly, while ExpressVPN feels like, it'll do type of solution. And again, it's one of the most expensive VPN providers on the market. So which VPN should you choose, NordVPN versus ExpressVPN? When it comes to being a basic VPN, both are strong options, but when we break it down further, NordVPN offers better value in several categories. It wins in speed thanks to its NordLynx protocol, in security features since it comes with threat protection, double VPN, MeshNet, as well as dark web monitor. It's also faster if you like streaming TV shows, and NordVPN in general can offer cheaper long-term subscriptions. ExpressVPN still holds its ground with strong security and privacy, better router support, a simple interface, and decent torrenting. But if you're looking for the best, then comparing NordVPN versus ExpressVPN, 2025 is the year of the Nord. And would you look at that, there are fresh new ExpressVPN and NordVPN coupon codes in the description for exclusive discounts. If you're going to grab any of these tools, don't forget to save with those links. All right, that's it for today's ExpressVPN versus NordVPN comparison. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments which VPN you're using, or if you want to chit chat and maybe give suggestions for upcoming videos, just feel free to discuss it in there with the community. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.